Yes. Good evening, everyone. A bit later than usual, but as they say, all good things come to those who wait. Listen, Gunslingers, it's that Wednesday night, and with me, I have my esteemed guests as always. We have Brezzy Gunner Page. How you doing, sir?
How about you?
Good, good. Gumsa and Gunner King. Listen, guys, it's great to have you on board as always. Um, it's been a bit of a mad day, really, in terms of what's been going on with the Arsenal. First and foremost, I want to bring in the fixture list. First 6 games, I really want us to focus on it, and really and truly, what my question is to you guys is, okay, we know the fixture list is out. Listen, we haven't bought any players yet. We'll expect that to change come end of the transfer window, but what is your minimum expectation, I guess, in terms of points for Arteta to achieve, or is it down to more style than substance that you be happy with what he's trying to accomplish at the Arsenal? And I'll start with you, Brezzy.
I don't think it's down to style. I think at the moment, obviously, we're in a pretty much obviously a dogfight at the moment because we're obviously mid-table at the moment. Like we finished 8th last season, 8th the season before that. We need to start finishing high. We need to start going for 6th. Get to 6th, then get to 4th. And we're not going to do that. We're throwing games away. So he needs to start putting the games to bed. And even if it's just a 1-0 win, we need those. We need those 3 points.
Okay. King, you can see here these are fixtures, and it's a bit of a baptism for August, and September's not too bad, but August, bam, straight off the bat. Okay, it's tricky. First game, which is going to be against a pumped up Brentford. First game, shiny new stadium. Now they're a Premier League team, and then we are at home to Chelsea, and then away to City. It's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? Really. That look says it all.
I mean, yeah, it's just very sticky opening round of fixtures, particularly August with Chelsea and City. I worry about these games. I'm worried without us buying players, and I mean some of the ridiculousness I'm seeing and how we're behaving in the transfer market doesn't really instill me with much confidence either. For me, it's both.
Yeah,
it's both style and results. Because look, Arteta's had enough now. I've myself backed him. Because I felt, that more could have been done to get him the players he wants, whilst watching him get rid of the ones he doesn't.
Yep.
I'm not expecting that excuse in August because, it's going to be him bringing in his players now. Some of the players he's looking at getting rid of. Obviously, I don't want to get ahead of myself of where I'm trying to get to. But listen, I expect results and I expect to see better performances, going forward than I saw last season. I'm not giving. It's not an either or thing for me. It's both. It's do or die time. Like I've had enough of this club, man.
So what would be the breaking point for you?
He said he's not got the players to put his system in place. We're giving him that now, so just go out and get a job done, man. But I'm not. I'm not like.
I think no. I think you're right. And we've got to get the job done. In a sense, but Gumsa, I'll come to you. I'll pull up the games again. You probably all well versed of the games that we had, the first 6 games. Do you have a points tally in mind that you have a breaking point to say, right, if he doesn't get to this points tally by the end of September, he's got to go.
By end of September, a minimum and it's absolute minimum of 9 points. I should say 10, but I'll give him 9. I think, and we've gone
generous.
9 points from 6 games.
That's generous.
Yeah. I'll be
9
generous.
points from 6 games.
Yeah, I'll be generous. That's me personally. Again, the City game. The City game, I think we lose regardless.
Club, right?
Yeah. That's yeah. We ain't been asked. I didn't say I'd be happy. I didn't say I'd be happy. I said that's the minimum I expect. Because
if he doesn't get that, then he's gone. In your opinion?
Yeah. If he doesn't get 9, then he's got to go. Do you know what I mean? Minimum. It's a minimum. Because again, you can easily throw your hat in the ring and say Chelsea's. We last time we played Chelsea, we didn't play it at all and nicked to 1-0. So that could go either way, depending on what Chelsea turns up, depending on what Arsenal turns up, whatever. Yep. City, I'm not expecting anything from that game. If we get something as a bonus, not expecting anything. The other 3, was it Brentford, Norwich, and Burnley, got to go and win all 3 of them. And Tottenham again to throw up in the dark. So again, I would say if we got 9 points, and
Tottenham at home, a throw up in the dark. When's the last time Tottenham beat us at home?
It's just, mate, calm down, mate. Mate, it's 10:30. It's 10:30. It's 10:30. Ease up. But no, I'm just saying it's a derby, isn't it? Anything can happen. But again, I would take the style into that. If we play like we played against Chelsea last time and get beat,
actually Tottenham won't have no Kane.
Hopefully, but I'd say a lot for me goes on the style.
Okay.
A minimum of 9. If we play Chelsea, remember a few years ago we played United, absolutely hammered them and couldn't score. De Gea was inspired and they nicked to 1-0.
Yeah.
If something like that happens against Chelsea or Tottenham, I could accept it because actually it's progress you're showing me. What I saw against Chelsea last year, we won the game and no one came on here happy.
Yeah.
We was all in the dumps
I
because
remember
we
that.
just
Yeah,
looked dire. So, and with Gunner, with Styles, do play a part. I could accept a defeat sometimes if actually we've gone on, we knocked on the door, we've had 15 shots on target. The keepers had an amazing game, and they nicked 1-0. A bit like how we beat Chelsea. I don't think any Chelsea fan wasn't really angry at the performance. They were just frustrated, thinking how have we lost to these lot. So I think there's an element. I'd say a minimum of 9. I expect to take some point off Chelsea or Tottenham along the way. That would definitely help. City, it is what it is. A great start would obviously be 15. So again, that City game, I'm saying, is what it is. So I say I'll be happy with 12. Brilliant would be for 15. 9, you're just holding in there. That's where I am at with it.
Dreamland would be 16.
Yeah, absolute Dreamland would be 16 after them 6. But I say realistically, I would say 12. In an ideal world, 15. But being realistic, if you took 9, you've won the games you're meant to win. The other 3, it happens. You know what I mean? You're fighting against the top 6. And his record has been better. I can see what's going to happen is he'll probably beat Chelsea and Tottenham and throw it away against Burnley or not. And if he does do that, then that's a problem. Then 9 points get you out. If we get 3 points against Chelsea and we only end on 9 after them 6 games, then actually you deserve to be out. Do you know what I mean? Because you've done the hard bit. What
might conceivably happen is that we have 3 points after 3 games, i.e. 3 draws. That
or 1 win and 2 losses. Or 1 win, 2 losses. Could easily happen.
I mean, with 3 draws in opening 3 games, would you take that?
I think he's got to win that first game. He's got to win that first game.
You've got Brentford, then Chelsea, then City.
I agree with Kelvin.
He has to win that first game.
Just give him that bit of breathing space. He's got a bit like what Southgate's done with England. You've got to win that first game.
Yeah.
And if you won 1, lost 1, doesn't look as bad.
Side, for goodness sakes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to disrespect Brentford or disrespect what they're about. I know what Tony's about, right? But if we can't set the tone for the season by beating Brentford, we might as well just accept that we are going to be Banner FC for the rest of the season. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Wow. Because it's not like look, this is their first taste of Premier League football, right?
Yeah.
Their first taste.
I mean,
and for us to not get 3 points in that game based on them, being new to the Premiership. All right, they're playing at home, but this is Arsenal Football Club, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound
like 6 points with no losses. That I think we can do that. I mean,
why are you so stressed that the season ain't started yet?
Oh,
I love it.
listen,
I love
man.
it. But is this a
in a
tough start, though?
minute,
Guys, I want to ask a question. Though. Is this really a tough start? Yeah.
I think it is.
I think
Absolutely.
what it does, it forces them to sign early. We can't afford to wait to deadline day. I think that's what that does. It's not the hardest. Like it's difficult. The 3 games you got, the other 3 are that could easily be Aston Villa, Everton, and Leicester in there, and that's
that
now
could be
a
just
very
as
difficult
tough.
6. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I think it forces your hand to say you got to go and get them signings done because you can't turn up to Chelsea not knowing who your starting 11 is.
100%.
Some players who haven't had a pre-season, we can't afford to do that.
And that was what I wanted to kind of like actually, seamlessly move on, because I think you're absolutely right there. I think what this does now is show us that we need to get things done early.
100%.
And quickly, and we're not performing that way at this point in time. King,
you're right there, King.
Doing transfers early in Arsenal Football Club, they seem to be two
oil and
things
water
that just don't go together. They really don't,
mate.
It's just like what do you do? You spend nearly a year courting Bendia. You go in with like just a so-so offer, and then another team comes in and like, this is how you make an offer. Yeah, this is how you agree personal terms. Yeah, and they just get the job done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone watched Italy tonight. This Locatelli guy that we've been looking at. Tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll probably say, yeah, he looked good. We'll spend another year scouting him.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. Yeah. Like I don't know what needs to happen, for this these team of scouts, for this recruitment team to actually realize it is Groundhog Day for Arsenal Football Club. They don't seem to realize that. I'm not even I'm not even come on to be nice today about this situation. Like it is literally Groundhog Day for Arsenal Football Club, and these men are out here talking about
quiet in a minute.
maybe.
I'll tell you what's happened though. I'm not saying it's all down to media, but whoever does things for clicks, they've worked wonders and they've got our fans in a frenzy. And it's only day 1 of the transfer window actually being open, and it's Euros. The players aren't even back who aren't at the Euros. Like people need to take a bit of time and just breathe, man. Like I do like to see when teams do things early.
Unless you're Liverpool and you want to sign Konate, right?
They're in a different position. Like you say, we can't look at other teams sometimes. We just got to focus on us. And for me, we've done the rush transfer once. We've done that with Granit Xhaka once, and then lost that and then didn't get Kante. If you remember that year we signed Xhaka, we actually signed him before the season ended. We put all our eggs in that basket, and it didn't work. So if you want to test the waters a bit and see what's about there for the best price, because we haven't got a big transfer budget at the moment, then you got to do what you got to do.
We weren't. If from January we weren't drawing up lists.
There's definitely
speaking
writing
to
down.
agents, speaking to clubs, which is the point. Like there's no way that Liverpool agree Konate without doing what I said.
100%. I don't believe
Leipzig months ago. Yeah.
And as I said, I believe
that up nice months ago. That bun was in the oven months ago. Yeah. Right. So we need to stop. We need to stop excusing.
I'm not excusing.
We need to stop.
No. Listen, as I said last time, put the blame in the right places, innit? Like fuck shit board, whatever it is. This is Arteta and Edu. This is what they're doing. They're not really the board. The board is Kroenke and them lot. That's the board. These lot are.
I want to ask all of you. Hold up, guys.
One thing quickly, Cannons, on that. What you're saying, Chris, is 100% true, and I 100% stick by what you're saying there. Yes, these lot have been talking to players for ages. Partey was a fine example of that. There was talk we had Partey sealed up from the start of the window. They just didn't pull the trigger. And then it got to deadline day. As I said, if we had sold Guendouzi and Torreira, I feel we would have got Partey an hour. They focused their attention on Hour, couldn't get over the line. Partey, we've really agreed the contract with him. Bang, there's your money, and it's done. So I do believe they've spoken to players. I do believe they know what the going rate is. But at the same time, it's negotiation. So they're probably saying we're not going to be. Do you know what I mean? You've given us your price. We're going to go around there and try and bring some values down, and they know who their targets are. I honestly believe that. I don't think they're going in every.
That was going to be my
room
question.
blind.
So I guess you've answered the question that I was going to ask everybody. For you've answered it for you, and that was: do you think we do have a set target list as such that we are going for, and also as well in terms of price as well? We've got everything all mapped out, and that's what we're doing. I mean, Brezzy, are you? Is that something that you believe?
Yeah, we'll have to be. You can't go into a transfer window not having researched.
It seems as that's what we do. I can't see the plan. I can't see the wood for the trees at a minute.
The thing is,
however, that could be the rumor mill.
Well, they seem to do. They seem to get linked with everyone. Then things will go completely quiet. Then they'll heat up to some player like or Raw, like it was all Raw. Then they went, "Oh, we signed Pie." So there's also always some sort of smoke screen, but they can't go into a transfer window without actually having some research. We've talked to agents, to clubs. They would have to have their blueprint already sorted. So yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, I'm hoping that there are signings there, and I'm hoping Basuma is one of them. But like I said, we'll see what happens in the summer. But yeah, they have got to do that. Had their pencils.
King, do you think that there's a process that we have? There is some method to our madness.
Look, all right. Let me just put it to you like this, yeah. Let me put it to you like this, yeah. Right. Last summer we sold Martinez. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, Leno, he is our number one. We are backing our guy. Yeah. Right. A year later, apparently now they want to sell Leno. Yeah, we've been speaking to this Onana guy who, courtesy of a very fortuitous situation with his contract expiring and basically what happened with his ban, is available at a steal, like literally no more than 7-8 million. He's a 30-40 million pound
couldn't
keeper.
this just be like
if he was
us
in his
reacting
contract,
and acting like a big club, and with an opportunity arises? Could that not be, look, hey, a special opportunity has arose, let's get it done, and could that?
But then, right? But then what happens is, we go from Onana, we go from Martinez to Leno being number one, to Leno's expendable now, to we're bringing in Onana to replacing him, to making a £20 million bid for Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah,
that's the
where's the plan then? Like, because
let me give you
1 minute. You got your main goalkeeper. Then he's not your main goalkeeper. Then
that's why you can't believe everything that's going on. We're not after Ramsdale.
He's just gone. He's gone. But let me break one thing down. Let me break one down for you. This is where you know the clickbait stuff is brilliant with Arsenal.
Yeah, we cannot be after
that boy for Anderlecht. Henry comes out and say Arsenal should sign him. Arsenal put a bid in 2 days later. What? That doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? So Henry might have said that. But we would have scouted him for a long time. Then this is not a problem, but it's not. We haven't brought him off the back of Henry scouting him. Like, why are people talking madness? Oh, Henry's recommended him, so we're going to sign him. No, they would have done their due diligence. Henry might have spoke on him because he spoke on him, but you think Arsenal going to throw 15 million because Henry said go and sign that player without
exactly. His managerial career was epic, wasn't it?
Come off it. The papers are doing. They're doing what they're doing because they know we do this. Look how we're reacting. Do you know what I mean? They know what we're going to do.
It doesn't mean so. Just quickly, a couple of the
goalkeeper situation. Let's go back to that goalkeeper situation and let's ask honestly: does that make sense? Is that
of course
the
not.
actions of?
Is it true though? That's the question. Is it true? That's the thing. And you're right, guys. Clickbait city right now. Everyone's trying to get their followers and their streams up, whatever it is, and it's just all clickbait. I just want to get onto a couple of the comments that have come in. Mr. B, how you doing, sir? From Man United Agenda. Here we go. He's laughing. He's obviously sipping a brew and laughing. I can see him now. Sitting there with that grin on his face. You man's first review show after Man City games gonna be great viewing. Season don't even start yet, and you man's already stressing. Yeah, that's the life. Listen, yeah. Man United's start was piss easy, isn't it, as per usual? And I think this is right, really. But then again, Chelsea didn't make Europe a couple of seasons back, and look what happened to them. Not being in Europe has killed your prospects of signing decent players. I don't know. I don't believe that has. Maybe the top
It's not
players,
an excuse.
but
We're never in that bracket anyway, so
no, I think.
That's-
Listen, when our stock was at its,
We lost Champions League
Yeah.
football and still signed Aubameyang from the second best team in Germany.
and we weren't in Champions League
And
for
he
ages.
was
We
one
still
of the
signed
best strikers
Partey.
in Europe at that time.
yeah. So look, our stock's still high. Yes, it's dwindling, but it's still high. I mean, the time when we was at the forefront, when we was at that point where we could buy the best players, was obviously when we had the invincible team. That's when everybody wanted to come to us. When players like Sol Campbell actually said, you know what, so the whole thing with Tottenham, I'm going to the team that is probably the best equipped to win things. This is one thing I wanted to touch on, and I guess the madness of this whole transfer window that we're going through right now was I'm gonna have to excuse my French here, but I think it was an utter piss take. If true, Villa bid 25 mil for ESR. 25 mil. Now, I don't know about you, but were they just actually taking a piss, or was that a serious bid? And that's open to any of you three there, because
Brezzy, you go first because me and Chris will just go mad. So you go.
Brezzy,
you talk first.
listen. One thing I'll say, Brezzy, right? Number one, this is shark-infested waters, and you got to be a predator here, man. Come out and say your thing. Fight with these mans to get your words in, because these mans when they see that bait, they ain't letting up. They ain't letting you in. You need to jump in and get in there, man. So listen, this is shark-infested waters. Let's go.
I'm a big fan of ESR. So 20 to 25 million for him is an absolute rip-off. I think they were just trying to see if they can get a low ball deal with going in. Like I said, I think he's one for our future. I think him, Saka, Martinelli, and Tierney is our structure for our teams going forward. So he's not for sale at any price, and nor is Saka. And I don't care if anyone comes in for a stupid amount of money, they're not good for sale, because at the end of the day, if we keep selling off our best young talent, we're gonna never have anything to then build a team around. Look at Man City. Pep came out and said that Phil Foden is not for sale for any type of money because he knows what kind of a player he has there. Yeah. We need to have those at Arsenal so we can start building that team around it.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
100%.
Can I ask a question?
Gunner,
why are you so angry that they bid for our player?
Bro,
no, if they had bid
for me
40
on a real,
mil,
yeah.
But he's got 1 year left on his contract. So when we're saying let's go and get Onana for 7 million, we're not showing Ajax no respect when we're saying we're getting Onana for 7 million. So Smith Rowe's got 1 year left. Why would they not test the water and see? Okay, let's see what we can get. We got to stop with this. Like I don't know. I'm confused by it. To me, right. If Arsenal entertained then I'll be frustrated. But we just cut it down. So.
Now, take everything that Brezzy just said, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
About non-negotiables, yeah? About players, yeah? That you should just know, yeah? That's what Mourinho called them. His non-negotiables, yeah? Mourinho, back in the day when he was like Ballack, he picks himself. Lampard, he picks himself, yeah? Core teams have this, yeah? Right? And if any Arsenal fan wants to stand here right now and implore me, yeah? And try and say to me, that ESR should not have that status in this team, they're supporting the wrong team.
No.
Who said he didn't have that status? Who said he didn't have that status?
Number one, yeah, but Gumsa. Number two, right? Yeah, is with those players, and the way that you should treat those players is as such. They are not expendable, yeah? So this dilly-dallying with his contract, yeah, which has been dilly-dallying,
my God.
Right? This is part of the bigger problem. This is the overarching problem that I'm saying, yeah, is when we need to do things, we dilly-dally. We think, we maniano, you know,
I'll be honest.
Another day, yeah, and then all of a sudden, another club's getting it done. That's it. Like, that is Arsenal's attitude to life, right?
Hey,
we need to fix up,
relax.
and we need to act. We need to stop talking, stop bullshitting, and start acting. Yeah, that's what big clubs
Breathe.
do. Yeah, they see what they want, they go get it. Yeah,
Right, hold on. They're in contract talks with Smith Rowe. These things don't happen overnight. These contracts don't happen overnight. They take months, some weeks and months to sign on and to agree on. They're in talks with Smith Rowe. We know that already. They've rejected the bid. They haven't gone back with give me 40 million. So, like you're saying, you're in this, whatever you said it was. He's probably in that because they didn't entertain the bid. They rejected it. We can't stop for a team from bidding for our players. So straight away that we're in talks with Tini. Tini's still got 3 years left, and they're still talking to him. Hold on, but wait, Gunner. Would you class?
The common thread is dilly dallying. That's what it is.
But brother,
common thread in
Smith. Just breathe. Just breathe a second. Just relax. Smith Rowe's only been in our team for 6 months. So in that time, after about a month or 2 months, they probably start opening up contract talks. They know these things do take time. You hear sometimes contract talks go on for over a year. So yes, we would like to have signed them on quicker. It took Saka a year to sign his contract with Arsenal since when he broke in the first team, maybe over a year. These things take time. The fact is, we didn't entertain it. Gerrard is a Liverpool legend. Yeah. It didn't stop Chelsea from trying to buy Gerrard. It didn't stop Man United from trying to buy Gerrard. These things happen in football. Like, yes, it feels like a kick in the teeth because Aston Villa are ranked lower than Arsenal. For them to come and try to take an Arsenal player,
but you know what, Gumsa, they came in with a decent bid. That's a piss take bid.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, but it's the same way Liverpool fans will say we took the piss. But like the same way Liverpool fans said we took the piss for the 40 million and a pound. Like these things are football. I look at Onana. You said it straight. He's a 30 million player. We've come with 7 million because he's got a year left on his contract. So. It's football.
ESR is a hailing boy. ESR is a hailing boy, yeah? He broke in to the team that he dreamed of playing for, yeah? Like, literally, if we had put the right numbers on the table a month or two after he broke in that team, he's signing that contract. We're not talking about an established player who's got player power.
Hold on. Let me tell you one thing. Let me just tell you one thing quickly. Jadon Sancho walked out of Man City. You think they didn't put money on? Hold on. You spoke. Let me reply. Jadon Sancho walked out of Man City. Jadon Sancho walked out of Man City. Listen, what I'm saying to you.
Right. I've muted both of you. One at a time. Listen. Gumsa, I want you to go first with your and then please after that, King, you can retort.
Right, thank you. Jadon Sancho walked out of Man City. Contract was on the table. First team football promise. Paul Pogba walked out of Man United. These players walk. I know a boy who's 13 years old, who's rejecting his contract at Reading. He's 13. He's been offered a full scholar and a pro contract. He has not signed it. They're throwing everything at this kid. He has not signed it. He's walking out when he's ready. There's another boy in Reading who's now 16. He left Reading on a free and's gone to Southampton. Football has changed. Back in the day when we were younger, when you got offered something, you was happy to take it. Yeah? We know what scouts and agents are like now in football. These kids are not signing unless they have certain promises in place because they know their value. Jude Bellingham is at Birmingham. There's another boy there called, I'm not going to say his name. He's from Reading. He was at Reading. He left Reading and he's now at Dortmund, right? These boys are walking out of their contracts left, right, and centre because they know they can go abroad and get more, not even more money, but first-team opportunities. Some of them might stay there for money. Some of them want first-team opportunities. You can throw what you want at Smith Rowe. It's a bargaining chip. He knows he's got 1.5 years left. I'm going to hold you to ransom, Arsenal. So you come with only, again, the bid might not, we didn't know what the money was they're offering. Look at the talk about Balogun. Balogun said he wanted 110k. You might not know that. Hudson-Odoi, he held Chelsea to ransom. Because Bayern Munich was sniffing around him. He knew that. His agents will be playing up to the camera saying, Bayern Munich are interested. This team's interested. This team's offered him 100 and something. Callum Hudson-Odoi's first major contract is over 170,000 a week. It's playing the game. Smith Rowe probably has no intention of leaving Arsenal. But if he signs too early, he can end up being on a 5-year contract at 30 grand a week. And then he'll see someone like Reece Nelson will play the game correctly and take 60 grand a week and have a 3-year contract, so he's in a better position. It's just playing the game. If you watch the Michael Jordan documentary, what did they say about Scottie Pippen? Scottie Pippen signed a 10-year contract on 30 mil, earned $3 million a year. And them man are saying that was the worst contract you ever signed. He signed it because he was desperate, because he's thinking $3 million a year, that's my family can survive off that security. If he had held out a bit longer, he would have got more. It's just bargaining, and it's just bargaining. Like, we've got to stop reacting to this first thing we see, because yes, as soon as Smith Rowe broke in that team, don't get me wrong, I know boys at Southampton broke into the team. When they're in their scholar contracts, their contracts are crazy. So you might be on £500 a week, but if you make a first team appearance, you get 10 grand in a bonus. As soon as they break into that, it seems like we're going to play him, right? We take him off that, we give him a pro, and we put it down to £1.5 a week and a £200 appearance fee, because they know this boy's going to start playing. Actually, we need to change that contract up so we're not bleeding the club. Because now, if he's getting paid 10 grand an appearance, he's going to kill us. So it's all just, do you know what I mean? It's all just contract negotiations. I'm not stressed about Smith Rowe. I agree with you. He's one who we have to keep with Bukayo Saka. Them man have to stay in this club for as long as possible. They're the future. But as I said, Tierney, and I said, you look at Tierney. Tierney's got 3 years left. Tierney's got 3 years left, and he's still. They're talking. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish. Let me finish quickly. Let me finish. Tierney's got 3 years left, and they're trying to get him a new contract already. So we're acting different. It's like gone are the days where our best players, we let him run down like Lacazette. Them lot have got power because they got not much time on their contracts left. So again, you can see with some of the boys we're signing on to new contracts, they're talking about Gabriel a new contract. He's only been here a year. That's what we never done that before. So as I said, the Smith Rowe thing, let people talk. You can see they're not going to let Smith Rowe walk out that door. You're crazy.
King, I want to
look. What you are mistaken, Gumsa's made some great points. Is me looking at this individual situation and being pissed, right? It's nothing to do with that. It's the fact, that when we need to sign Onana, we dilly-dally, and then basically someone else comes in, When Buendia was there, we dilly-dally, then Villa come in, right? And it's the same with renewing players' contracts that we should be doing. Do I think he's going to go Aston Villa? Do I fuck? No, I don't. But it's the fact that we continue to put ourselves in these situations from not being proactive as a football club. That's the overarching bigger picture, right? That connects all three of those stories. Is a lack of proactiveness. And now, and now we're entering the transfer window. And we probably need to sign players more than Liverpool. Right? And once again, they are being proactive as a football club. Right? Now, we can say what we want, about, these things don't happen overnight. But these are the same problems that other football clubs have to deal with. And they deal with it. They don't lose their best
I say
players.
one thing, though.
They don't when you've Aston Villa are bidding four times less the value of their best players because we dilly-dallied with contract negotiations. They don't end up in these situations.
I think it's easier in Liverpool's position simply because they only need maybe 1 or 2 players to supplement certain areas of their first 11. We need 5, 6.
And just to flip
why do we need 5?
And we need to sell a lot of players.
We haven't been proactive about replacing players in the.
I mean, it's a massive snowball, effect of what's happened basically, and how we've been misrun, and we've let things fester. We've let the rot settle in as a club.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Again,
so
I agree with you.
So you're right, Kim.
It's the same lack of proactiveness.
100%. And I think now they're trying to get things right. However, it's not going to be done tomorrow. It's not going to be done like that as a flick of a switch. However, I just feel that I am getting a little frustrated though with the lack of. It's not news because obviously we're getting shitload of news. I think something should be done now. And something should be. And I understand what you're saying, King, in the sense that our targets should have been, already kind of tapped up from months ago to the point now when the window's open, we're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's, right? And I think that's where King's frustration comes.
And Kovacic, the January window had already closed. They announced that well before the season ended, because they were like, we need these players. Let's give the fans what they're expecting and what they're hoping for. Both of those transfers were outside of January, but before the end of the season.
Yeah, but if you remember, that year is when they got the transfer ban, so they had to get it locked in before. Hold on.
Yeah.
If you remember, it got locked in before the transfer ban kicked in, otherwise they wouldn't be able to get them. I'm not disputing it. I agree with you fully. We don't do business early. We don't. But actually, that one was the situation like that. There's no point stressing like that because that one actually was due because their transfer ban was coming in. And remember, there was talk that because Kovacevic was on loan, and they said, because he's on loan and you had the agreement in place beforehand, we'll let you still bring him in on as a transfer. But that's just, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm with you. I do think we need to do things quicker. Again, I do agree with Canners. We've got a lot more to do. And actually, I'd rather not rush and get it right. Man United haven't brought anybody. So their fans aren't losing their head because they don't get linked with everyone like we do.
What do you think our base transfer budget is? Because if we're bidding 40 million for Ben White,
I was shocked at that. That one threw me off.
And then bidding 30 million for Buendia, that's 70 million pounds right there. What, any ideas, guys? I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems like we've got some money to spend.
I'll be honest. This is the first year I haven't heard a rumored transfer budget. Last year they came out and said Arsenal got about 50 million, and they were probably proved about right. Every year they give it. Someone comes out and says this is what we got, and this is the first year I haven't heard any leaks about what we've got. So this is what I'm saying. I'm taking time with it and seeing. Again, Chris, I do fully understand what you're saying, and a lot of Arteta and Edu's work they've had to do is undo the problems that were left behind from Gazidis and them guys. So, as I said, I get it looks like the same thing.
They're creating problems of their own. So centre back was the least problem.
Yeah, right? I agree with that. I agree with that.
You look at our team, we need a CDM more. We need a right back more.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
We literally need cover for a left back because Tierney's injured again.
And a cam.
And what are we doing? We're going out making bids for centre backs first. We're making bids for Buendia and then saying he wasn't our first target because he went to Aston Villa. Yeah. So if he wasn't our first target, why did we bid for him first? Like, what is this? What is this shit?
Have anyone from Arsenal come out and really specified that with Villa? I don't think no one's really said anything. Like, even the Leeds stuff, I haven't heard Leeds come out. Because normally, if someone bids for their player, I'm just being real. Normally, someone bids for their player, some representative come out and say, I haven't had contact with Arsenal, or we've heard that many a time. I haven't heard. They might be going for it, they might not. But you know, I'm saying, I agree with you. Centre back is not what we need right now. That's the one area I actually think we've got a lot of cover and a stronger position. I'm gobsmacked by the Ben White links. Even when we got links, must surely not.
CDM at Brighton, the same club dying
cheaper
to come to
and
us.
cheaper than what Ben White is. I'm shocked at that. I'm with you.
The thing is, do you remember you come up with your rumor, Gumsa? Was that your big player leaving?
Established as a Premier League player and
not him
than Ben White, but we'll just spend that money on Ben White.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Listen, don't let it ruin your summers, boy. Just wait and see what happens, innit? Like,
it's true. So listen,
it don't.
Love it, King. And
it's basic stuff, though, man. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, listen. We're only halfway through June, right? And we got to listen. Preseason starts in July, in about 3 weeks' time. Listen, I think let's just. I know I keep saying let's just wait till the end of the transfer window, but we really need to get our new players bedded in for have a good preseason.
The thing is, we've seen this every transfer window. We say that, we say, oh yeah, wait until the end. We can't. We can't know what's going to happen until the end. And then,
but what do you think? Do you think anything's going to change?
Personally, I think if it was going to change, right? Look, I mean, if you were looking to show change, you show a measure of intent. The first week that window opens, bam. Nail one down, straight away. There is a transfer. We mean business, and not a little one. Like, no disrespect to Lokonga and Anderlecht, like you go in big. You needed to because of ESL as well. The whole ESL game, finishing below West Ham as well as Tottenham now. Chelsea winning the Champions League. Like, this ain't a joke. It's not a joke, man. Like this is like. When I say this is groundhog for Arsenal Football Club, like I'm not just coming up with a buzz phrase. Like that is literally what it is. That is what it is.
For
because
me,
next it will be Brentford. Next it will be Brentford finishing above us as well.
Stop.
I'll be honest. I'd rather see the right signing than a rush signing. So don't get me wrong. I think Basuma is
bro.
what we need.
But look,
hold on.
What were we fucking doing?
Hold on, just
we've
wait.
had enough time to know what right looks like.
No, I don't care about Basuma. What I mean is, say for instance, we were linked with Ruben Neves. We were all like, he's a good player, it's probably an upgrade. We could have pulled the trigger on him, and then all of a sudden, Locatelli might be 5 times the player, say, and comes available for 30 mil, and someone else grabbed him. So, you know, I'd rather. So, what it sounds like to me we're doing is going and inquiring. What are you saying for this? What are you saying for that? If we got a chance of Ruben Neves or Locatelli, which one are you taking, Gunner?
Locatelli.
Hello. Right. So again, we could have jumped the gun and took. We could have jumped the gun first week of the window, got Neves. Locatelli rips up the Euros, and then it's another target. We're thinking, we could have got him. So I'm not saying it's going to be perfect window. I'm not saying I want to wait till deadline day, but actually I don't just want to rush it for the sake of rushing it to appease fans and then actually do the wrong signings. We rushed it with Granit Xhaka. He was the one we scouted. He was going to be the enforcer. He was going to change Arsenal's DNA. He was what we needed.
So we
Kante then left with cheaper.
We didn't rush it with Buendia.
Yeah, but Brent, I get that. I do get that. And again, Rodrigo De Paul, sounds like he's left. But
you're damned if you do rush things, and you're damned if you don't rush things, right?
And you never know, what we're going to link with. But as I said, I'm not going to let it stress me out. I'm going to let them do what they're doing, and then by the end of it, I could turn around and say that was a shocking window. It's much of the same.
At the end of this month, we should be we should have a better picture of what we're doing.
Hopefully.
To the end of this month, we should have a better picture of what state we're in. Now the fixtures have come out. Now he knows that there's no room for a full start where we're playing catch up. Can't happen this year. Really can't happen. Guys, I want to draw this to a close. It's been a passionate evening with you guys. Seriously, I love the energy. Guys, I just like King is just gone.
I'm bored of it, man. I'm bored of this board, and like they're just disappointing and givering and making the same mistakes, not learning from them. You know, they just need to just enough's enough.
Also,
now, man.
you've got to take into account all this being up in the air could be account of they could well be selling.
I don't think it's anything to do with Cronkies. I do think it's the board. But again, sometimes they're there to make unpopular decisions. Like, I do remember when Liverpool were meant to get Fekir and they turned it down last minute and fans were going crazy. And they ended up turning around winning Champions League, winning the league. People didn't want to see them sell Coutinho. Sometimes these things, in them positions there, you've got to make unpopular choices. And end of the day, that's their job. They're going to live by it, die by it. Arteta has made choices which he's going to hang himself by or he's going to survive by. So, end of the day, let him play it out. Like Edu's the same.
100%,
I'm not going to brush
100%.
Edu with the same brush as what. Yes, it looks like what we've done before, but actually he is different to Gazidis and them lot. So a lot of what he's had to do is undo the bad business that these lot have done in previous years. So
and that's a lot of Rot is setting big time with that. Guys, I want to thank you. It's been an emotional and passionate evening. King, Gumsa, Brezzy. It's been brilliant. Listen, end of the month, we should know more. You never know what's going to happen around the corner of Arsenal, but hey, what can we say? England, Scotland on Friday. That should be more fireworks there as well.
Yeah, I'm happy for Wales as well.
Yeah,
happy for Ramsey.
Yeah. Would you have him back? Quick question. Quick one liner. Brezzy, would you have Ramsey back?
No.
King.
I mean, an inanimate carbon rod looks better than some of the midfielders we got. So, I mean, I'll take Ramsey. You know, like, I swear to God. Like, I mean, look, bar Thomas Partey, what midfielder can talk to Ramsey right now? And that's the unfortunate thing, you know. Like a week ago, I would have said no. No, but I watched him last night, and I watched him just now, and I'm like, do you know what?
Decent.
Our midfield misses. It misses that. Do you know what I mean? But
I'd say he's 100%. I 100% agree with Gunner. He's better than anything we got, but I wouldn't take him because to me that's much of what that's the same of what we've always been doing, where we keep taking these players. And I do agree with Gunner. He's better than what we got by far. But actually, let's move in a bit of a different direction and get some younger players in.
Yeah.
And start again, rebuild it properly rather than just paper over the cracks like we've always done for the last 10, 15 years. So.
We're in a bad state, aren't we? We need to get this sorted out.
And the thing is, as well, his wages are going to be gastronomical.
Oh, he's on like 400,000, isn't he? So he's accustomed to 400,000 a week, so he ain't taking no pay cut.
And just one more thing quickly.
Go ahead,
sorry. You know they're saying about big clubs and these things and what happens to Arsenal a lot. I'm hearing Mbappe's only got one more year in his contract. Messi's contract's out. It doesn't just happen to Arsenal. These players know how to bargain now. They're running their contracts down to secure the bag.
He's got 1 year left.
Right, but
Mbappe's got 1 year left.
None of those two players are comparable to ESR in terms of the status they have in the game. They are icons. They know that they could
cheeky
blink
£100 million bid
and
for
have
Mbappe.
every top team in Europe kowtowing to them with a contract made of gold. Do you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to ESR, and ESR will probably get there one day, but at this stage in his career, it's much earlier. Do you know what I mean? He is.
Here's a scenario.
Let me give you one more.
Question.
It's not a comparable situation, bro. Like you're using these stars of the game that can literally just.
Let me throw another one then.
To any team blindfolded. Look at what they're doing with
let me throw another one.
Their agent.
Let me throw another one. Hakan Kaloglu, whatever his name is, from Turkey. He's just walked out of AC Milan on a free. I could go on all day, bro. It happens in football. Anyway, love you.
Guys, gone, done.
Did you watch him play tonight? Did you watch him play tonight? He was awful. He was absolutely.
I wouldn't have him.
The whole Turkey team was awful.
Yeah,
they've been real that down.
You see, he was at fault for Bale's for the second goal.
What, when Bale ripped him up?
Bro, the second goal from the short corner. The guy just let Bale walk past him.
Yeah, there's a few of them. So I saw Xhaka do the same as well with one of their Italy goals. Guy was next to him. He looked at him and said, "Go on, you let your shots off, son." But it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, it's all love. It's all love. Gunner, I'm just playing with you anyway. I love you.
GunSlingerz, we out.
Yeah, man. This club they're just frustrating me, bro. Peace.